Hi, my name is Alec with UMPQUA Feather Merchants. Today I will be tying a variation of Pop's Bugger. Pop's Bugger comes from Pagosa Springs from Fly Tire Pops Miller. Let's get started. Like I said, this is a variation on Pop's Bugger. A couple things to note. Today I'm tying on a UMPQUA 708. This is a 40-degree jig, and I'm putting a 3.0 tungsten bead on it. So I'm going to get a lot more jigging action. And as you see, as I get further along, I'm going to add kind of a sparser, longer tail just to really help with that movement. So we're going to get started. I'm just going to dress the hook to the barb and back. Okay, I'm going to use olive blood quill Marabou. And yeah, you can kind of be sparse with it, not your traditional woolly bugger tail where you're going to use this whole thing. I'm just going to kind of peel a bit of one side, nice and long. And as far as measurement, you'll see some of the Pop's buggers are going to be quite a short tail. I'm going to bring this one quite long just so we get lots of movement with that jig. Just going to bring this to the bend of the hook. Okay. Okay, next we'll be adding gold holographic Flashabou, just 2 strands for each side. Okay, and I'll just go about the length of the tail there. What's great about this fly is it's such a quick and easy. It's about 4 steps total. Next I'm going to be using a Palmer chenille. Color is olive, size small. Just going to tie it in up by the bead, kind of keep that body uniform dimension. Another variation with this is, yeah, sometimes you see kind of a chenille underbody, a seal underbody. Today I'm going to be using the STS trilobal dub in olive. So I'm just going to dub it onto the thread here. And I'll be picking this out later, so you could be fairly generous. Just make sure it's pretty uniform as you lay it down. All right. Kind of the sky's the limit with the colors of the underbody too. They do like a coppery brown color underneath. They do pearl. They do all sorts of different stuff. So, you know, this is a great stillwater pattern. As you know, if you fish stillwaters, you want lots of variation. Okay. You don't want to go too heavy with that dubbing right at the collar of the fly, because you got to bring this Palmer chenille now forward. So now as I start coming forward, the Palmer chenille is just kind of off to one side. It's got a synthetic hackle of sorts. Just kind of guide it so it's going back as you wrap. I like to get about 4 or 5 wraps in there. Pretty much done. Just going to tighten up this a little bit. Okay, I'm going to add a little orange collar in here. A sucker for hot spots on the lake, so I'm just going to go with kind of a duller, more rusty orange than a bright. Just don't let it get away from you. Sometimes you can end up making a very wide collar. You don't need to do that with this fly. Last but not least, I'm going to pick out these STS trilobal fibers. They're nice and long. I'm going to kind of get that damsel look going for this fly now. You can see my dubbing picker is just quite simply a popsicle stick with a little Velcro. Works wonders. It's nice and thin. You can get into those smaller gauge hooks, no problem. And there you have it, my variation on the pops bugger.